In our previous video, we took a look at how interest could be calculated when it's compounded monthly, when it's compounded quarterly, when it's compounded weekly, when it's compounded daily. This video is going to take a look at when those compounds reach an infinite number of times within 1 year. When we say continuous interest, what we mean by that is there are infinity compounds per year. The most compounds that you can squeeze into a year. And that's going to change the formula because our formula doesn't allow for infinity. And it can be shown that the formula for infinity simplifies to A equals PE to the RT power. That's going to be our formula whenever we see continuous interest. A is still the final amount that we've seen before. P is still the principal amount, or the starting amount. R is still the interest rate as a decimal. And T is still time. But now we see E. And E is actually a button on our calculator. We've seen E before when we worked with the logarithms. E is approximately equal to 2.718 and so on. Kind of like pi going on and on forever. But there's a button on our calculator we'll use for that E. So let's take a look at an example. Let's say that I invest $25,000 at 11.5% interest rate, compounded continuously. I want to know how much is in the account after 20 years. Well, to do that, we're going to use our A equals PE to the RT formula, where P is our starting amount of $25,000. R, the interest rate, is 11.05. We're going to write that as a decimal. Time is 20 years, and of course, it's compounded continuously. That tells us to use this second equation. So A equals P, 25,000, times E to the 0.115, times time, which is 20. And just like before, when we've got multiple things happening in an exponent or in a fraction, it has to go in parentheses. So 0.115 times 20 in parentheses. Also on my calculator, there is an E button that will automatically open up an exponent. When I put that into my calculator, after 20 years at 11%, this $25,000 has grown to $249,354.56. That is a lot of interest that we have earned. Take a look at the homework problems then to practice some of these interests, both compounded continuously and compounded monthly, weekly, daily, or whatever the case might be. Good luck on the homework, and let your instructor know if you have any questions.